Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Dr. Crip Show. Thank everybody for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, um, check in. Let me know what you're thinking. We back again today to let people know what's going on. You know, um, come on in, leave a comment, leave a, leave a question. You know, um, because we talking about what's real out here, man. You know, we are talking about what's real in the field, what the streets is doing, what everybody is talking about. So uh we trying to end the streets out here, man. That's what we doing, you know. We trying to end the streets. Um Today I'm gonna really talk about you know, um just some stuff that that's always coming across my table. People always got questions for me. They always trying to ask me, you know, uh, Dr. Crip, what's really going on out there in the streets? What's happening out there? Why is people out there losing their mind? You know, and the answer is many answers, but it all stems from one thing. You feel me? GAMD. Um, that's the that's the initial diagnosis of what is going on. Gang addiction mental disorder. It is real. And we getting closer to, letting our thesis run wild out there in the United States where everybody, and this is not something that medication, we're not prescribing medication. You don't need medication to stop your child from gang banging. You don't need that. What your child need is love, mentorship, guidance, spiritual awareness, economic development, um, basically everything that you need to thrive in a village that you get from the community. Um, One of the reasons that we know that GAMD is real because guess what? Every kid, every young adult is not a gang member. If you take all the gang members right now, line them up with the class and the school that they went to, guess what? Jennifer is not a gang member. Marcus is not a gang member. Damon is not a gang member. They may understand the streets and know the streets, but they never said, hey, I'm finna go be from over there. I'm finna go do this. Guess what they did? They decided to stick it out. They decided to play the game of being in a system of what they say repetitiveness. When you going to school all the time and this system, your mind ain't supposed to be trapped like this. We're supposed to be free. When they got us in this little box, go to school, this and that. Well, I tell you, I would rather have done that than gang bang. I would rather have went to school, got an education, and made something of my life other than calling myself Huster Nut from 9-0 and living uh this fake illusion of a life. I would rather have went to school, college, I could see myself graduating from college, with my master's degree or whatever it is that I got, and then implementing that back in the hood, to try to help some people. I could see myself doing that. But the only thing that was on my mind was like, hey, how we going? Hey, what's up, kid? Hey, this is stuff that you do not allow your child to be a part of. You just don't want your child to be a part of that. you know. Um, but this is what we talking about today. We talking about the ways that the streets have turned our kids out. You feel me? And we need to end the the sickness of Crips and Bloods and what it's doing to our kids by telling the truth. That's it. By telling the truth of what's happening out here with the streets, that you're not going to be satisfied in the end. You are not going to be satisfied. You're not going to be happy. You're not. It's not nothing that's going to turn out and be positive. So that's what we're talking about. You know, um, the conversation of what does Crip mean and all this. Let's get this straight. Let's go back in time. Let's go back in the time with Fred Hampton and all that. Do your research. When those Slossons and businessmen, whatever they called themselves, when all that was over with, the Crips popped up later down the line. You understand that? It was years past. You understand? A few years past. Then all of a sudden they pop up. But they didn't pop up because this was the thing to do or none of that. They popped up out of depression and mental anguish and racism and the government. You feel me? This is a cold dude that we dealing with, man. Hoover. That dude is a decisive and direct dude. His thing is to implement, plant, and destroy. And in doing so, this is where the Crips come from. So let's get that out of our mouth talking about Crips was something positive. That's the first lie that need to be told, stop being told, that the Crips were positive. They were never positive. They have always been negative. They was born out of negativity. They was born out of the tight squeeze of depression and racism and um, the lack of education, the lack of economics. That's what made them. That's what created the Crips. They wasn't born because they said we're gonna take off because of the Black Panther. No, no, that's not what happened. You feel me? That is not what happened. That is not what happened. These dudes were just dudes that was running the streets wild, like any other kids right now today doing. They hook up with people and they want to be bad. That's what the Crips are. Dudes that want to be bad, that turn something into something that they didn't know was going to grow to this point. None of them dudes are here right now to this day. You feel me? That could say, this is what the Crips was here for. This is what the Crips was made for. We was here to protect. We had an oath. We had a decoration. Y'all, let's knock that off, man. People need to stop lying. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. Crips is negative. It has always been negative. Bloods are negative. They had always been negative. They never was to come up for protection of your sister, your brother. Crips and Bloods are brothers. They got into an argument and they split. And some people went with this brother and some people went with this brother. That's what you got today. Brothers fighting. And if you put Crips and Bloods above your family, then you are in that, that state of maladaptive thinking, maladaptive behavior, you feel me? Where your mind is controlled, and you really don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what maladaptive behaviors are, you need to find out. You know what I'm saying? You need to look into it, it's people adapting and trying to prevent stuff from happening, and it's in this bad situation. This is where GAMD come from. This is this thesis that I got. That's why I'm the doctor. That's why I'm Dr. Crip, because it's innate in me. You know what I'm saying? It's born in me. I've been doing this for too long. I've been bad, man, for a long time. So, you can't, you can't, you just can't turn something off like that. Spiritual awareness is big. That's why when you get shot like me by something like that, by my little homies, you take on a whole new meaning. God is like, hey, hold on, homie. I got something else for you. Don't even worry about that. So that's the first thing. Crips have never been positive. Anybody you see on the internet telling you, oh, this is what it is, this is what it was, no. And soon I will be bringing on, when you look at these podcasts, these people that's talking about the very first incident that it took place in Hollywood at the Palladium and all that. Well, listen to this. The people that got robbed for that jacket, I know them. The people that got robbed for the leather jacket, I know that guy. He is still alive today, and he's not in his right state of mind. You feel me? They stripped that dude down naked, and took his jacket. What is positive about that? That family was uprooted. Ain't nobody come to court from that family. Them dudes, if they on the podcast, it's whoever it happened to. If you're on there talking about Alexander or whoever it is, these people came to court, made police statements on you. You are absolutely wrong. Them people didn't do nothing. They moved because the Crips threatened them. That family used to live in the Harlems way back in the day. I'm having him on there. Trust me. He's going to be a guest coming up real soon on my show, and he's going to break everything down because he got some stuff to say. Because the guy in question that was robbed for the leather jacket is his little brother. You feel me? And it's going to put a whole new spin on what happened that day. So when all these other people with these podcasts is telling you they got the people that went to jail behind it, I'm sorry they went to jail. Whatever they saying or whatever, it's not accurate with the people that got assaulted by the Crips. So that lets you know way back then that, it was negativity. So anybody telling y'all that the Crips has started off the Black Panthers is a lie. No, they assassinated all the Black mentors and everybody who we needed to look up to. Once the Black Panthers was assassinated, it's a period of what do you call dead time. The streets is finding the new leaders and all this. You feel me? Dope is heavy. The appeal game is heavy. All this stuff is heavy right now. Then the Crips pop up out of nowhere. That's why we have it. I have the script. It's been written by my team that they have it. We have the script. We have the screenplay. We're going to let you know the order of how everything happened. After the UCLA shooting, boom, the Crips pop up. Because everything was in array. You got people that's planted in these communities by Hoover and police departments, man, making trouble. So when people say, hey, man, I remember in 92, man, the police was doing stuff. Yeah, they was doing something. Yeah. The neighborhoods we had to figure that out. Man, the police is, hey, man, them the police. People seen the police. They seen white skin shooting at us. So never believe that, your oppressor is not trying to keep you oppressed. You know what I'm saying? This thing is serious out here. This what you looking at? What you looking at right now? What you looking at right now, present day, is the new era of gang banging. It's on social media. Now look at your leaders. Look at the ones who are dominating the social media airwaves to get. I ain't talking about the non-civilian podcast people. They just making it worse. If you're a person and you got a podcast and it's about gangs and all this and war in Cali and the war of the such and such against the such and such, that ain't doing nothing but keeping stuff up, man. Don't nobody need to hear that. You think parents want to hear their kids being they deaths being I get messages, people tell me that all the time, man, they got my son murdered all on social media. They talking about him. They talking about the case. They talking about how he got killed. They his real name. They showing pictures, and ain't nothing you can do about that because it's all public knowledge, and it's the new way of keep gang banging going. See, that's why they bringing up old stuff. When you bring up old stuff, that create new stuff because people's gonna be talking about that. You know, people talk about that. You know, and they try to figure out. You feel me? They try to figure out like, hey man, look, what happened in that? Because guess what? Them new dudes wasn't there. They wasn't there for that. They wasn't there for that. They don't know what happened. Just like in my hood, the people gotta ask me. The homies ask me all the time. No, what happened with such and such and such and such? You know why? Because y'all wasn't there when that war took place. You don't know who played what part. You don't know nothing. So if you get the wrong information, you get bad information from so-called G's and all this and that, it's downhill from there. And then some of these people that's in these gangs, guess what? It's their families. I done seen everything. I done seen people from my hood, you hanging with these dudes, and these are dudes that killed your homie. I mean, killed your family. you so hard, you so tough that you missing the point of you are actually hanging and talking with the murderers of your family member. And they taking it and they running with it because they don't understand. They trying to build their own legacies and something that's fake. You know, I ain't gonna be like my uncle Blood. I ain't gonna be like my brother Blood. I'm gonna be much better than him. I'm gonna do mine for life. I'm gonna do mine for life. You know, it's real with me. You know what I'm saying? It's real with me. You know what I'm saying? So let's get this. Let's get this. You know, maladaptive behavior. This is what got it in. You know what I'm saying? This GAMD, man, it's all connected. You know, let's get this straight. The Crips and Bloods were created because of the conditions of slavery. You think because you was free? No, you still have conditions from slavery that kept you connected all the way to 68, 69, 70, 71, 72 to when the Crips jumped up. Before the Crips, you got people that's before them, whoever they is. They call themselves Slauson, businessmen, and whatever that is. Well, we wasn't like the Crips. You know, we was now if anybody that was trying to do anything correctly will probably be the businessmans and Slausons and all whatever them gangs is from the east side and the west side. They may have tried to do something Crip because they didn't have nothing to do with Crips. Crips was created after them, whether it was West Side Crip and all that. They is all the false ones. That's all the false negativity right there. Once them dudes fell off, it was over with. It was done. It was a done deal. Hey, thank you, Westside Life. They say, hey, Dr. Crip, your show is awesome. Can you talk about 92 gang truths? You know, that's interesting, the 92 gang truths. You feel me? That's a good question right there. You know, one of the gang truths that was the most important in 92 when that took off. Guess where the meeting happened at? Jesse Owens Park in the 90s. All these gangs ascended to our park where we had to deal with all that. This is people, you won't hear that. People gonna let you know about they hood and what they did and what they hood did and what they hood got into and all that. They ain't never gonna tell you the truth about what happened. I'm gonna tell you the truth of what happened. All the gangs was in my park, Jesse Owens Park, Sportsman Park, whatever you want to call it, in 92. We there. We come up to the park and we see people in the park. So we got to walk over and ask these dudes where they from and all this, all that, woo. And it was dudes from the west side, deep west side. They was up there, 75, about 75 to 100 of them, deep, dressed all the same. Blue sweatshirts on, Levi jeans, Adidas or Chuck Taylors and khakis and Converse, but they always dressed alike. Like, damn, they was serious. You feel me? The Hoovers was there. Everybody was there. The A-Trays was there. It was a day of peace. And then a gang came up there from the neighborhood car and pushed their line and started a melee. You feel me? It started a melee. They was about 40 deep, and they couldn't handle the melee of what they started with. And when the dudes that was deeper than them realized, wait a minute, man, we got about 100. These dudes is about 40 deep. We need to get back up in there, and started knocking, started sleeping, homies, some of our brothers from the neighborhood car. And guess what? We had to jump in and mess up that whole day. Now, this whole day came to an end. You feel me? When you got all these G dudes up here talking, everything. You feel me? Now, get on the podcast, people, and talk about that day at Jesse Owens. About what happened. And the people who wanted peace to the people who didn't, who stopped peace, because that's what gangs do. They like to make a statement. They like to be the number one aggressor. They like to be, can't nobody tell us nothing. You had a bunch of gangs like that, man. Even on the east side, some east side blood gang, they wasn't with it. They was like, man, they would give a dude a pass. They'll tell you, hey, homie, oh yeah, man, it's the truth. Hey, homie, hey, blood, we not with that. What? Y'all not with the peace? Nah, blood, you'll get killed over here. We gonna give you a pass, blood, but don't come back over here. That's what they was telling. You feel me? Like, oh no, wait a minute. So everybody wasn't with it like that. You feel me? So you gotta know what happened. And a dude 16 years old lost his life that day because people came up there and tried to take off on another. One group came up there trying to take off on another group. And it ended badly for the group that tried to take off. If it wasn't for us, it would have went down bad. So that's the type of stuff in 92 that was taking place in the streets. So, the peace treaty the gang ceasefire or whatever it was, it lasted about a month or so, something like that. And the last incident that broke it up was at the World on Wheels skating rink. That's the incident that trickled through the whole city and messed everything up. And it's people responsible for that they would never tell you that, we messed it up. But it was getting messed up anyway, over here. Little incidents was happening. But it had a chance, but the only way that it was going to survive if city officials got involved, if celebrities with money got involved, if the churches got involved. None of them people got involved. Do you know in 92, no churches got involved? Wasn't no church people up there. Wasn't no churches at that park that day. This all gangs that said, let's do this. Didn't no churches, didn't nobody slid in the park and say, okay, look, let's do this, let's do that. We was on everybody is on their own. Everybody is on their own. So, that's why I say it is hard to deal with people. You know what I'm saying? That you're not going to know the truth until you deal with people like myself that's going to tell you the real truth of what's happening, whether it's a good or bad situation. And I'm telling you, in 92, it started off good, but it ended up badly. At the end of the day, it was a young dude, 16, shot dead by sheriff's police on our street, on Western Avenue, because of other people's actions. You feel me? Because of other people's actions, other hood, other gangs' actions. And that sent a little wave. Like, okay, people not going, they gonna continue to try. And then you had the issue the Hoover Manchester Park, where the homies went up there, and they was trying, to get stuff together. But when you got too many chiefs, it's always going to be good. I mean, old versus young, man. It's always the balance is always going to be off. That's why it is hard to end gang violence. The balance is going to stay off. It's never going to be on, So you're going to have people that's going to write books. You're going to have people that's going got podcasts. You're going to have people that have everything. But this ain't what's happening, People really need to get to the point of where they saying no more in 24. We're not putting no more gang members on no neighborhood, and they have to be serious. This is something that the mayor need to pick up, that the politicians need to pick up. They need to take this saying, and run with it. No more in 24. We are challenging all the Crips, all the Bloods in every city and every state, if possible. But we have to start here in California. We want to start here in California. We want to start here in Los Angeles first. We want to start everywhere else in California first. We want to be the first ones that say, listen, man, ain't no more in 24. We're not putting nobody else on in 24. No more in 24. That's the number one thing that every single podcast person is supposed to be saying right now. Man, we don't need no more gang members in 24, especially 12, 13, 14. Why y'all joining gangs? We don't need you no more. This is not the same. This is not the same. You got people up here literally lying, talking about how they all jumped off the porch, whatever that means. Tell me when you got put on. I don't want to know nothing about jumping off no porch. When did your homie sock you? When did you get socked? Who put you on? Start naming that. You feel me? Start saying that. I got put on by. That'll change a whole lot of people outcome, and they, who you are. Who put you on? That is $1 million question. You feel me? When did you get put on? Who put you on? Where did you get put on at? Those are the questions that need to be asked with these podcast people, because This is all useless information. Can't nothing that people saying about Crips and Bloods help nobody get to college. You cannot use none of this information to go to college. You can never use none of this information to get a job. You can never use this information on a resume. You can never use none of this information to expand, help your credit score. You can't use none of this information about when the Crips started, when the Blood started, who started it, who was such and such, who was none of that information is going to get you nothing. So why are we using it? Why is it here? Why do we care about it? Because it's personal gain and it's personal information. If you got a podcast and you making money off your podcast, that's what it is. I can't stop nobody from doing that. But when I sit back and I see civilians and non-affiliate people making a life and living off Crips and Bloods, and like, well, what are you doing with the money that you're getting? Are you trying to help stop the Crips and Bloods? Are you donating any of your money and your time to a cause or organization that's dedicated to stop Crips and Bloods? No, you're not. So you should be, that you are a problem. You are definitely a problem. Then we have to deal with the people that ain't no longer connected to their hood, that was all bad from their neighborhood. These are all situations that continue to keep gang banging going. Don't you realize? Don't you see what you see? Where is all this stuff coming from? All these wars. Now, the gangs that wasn't even doing nothing like that can be somebody. Oh, these people. Oh, these people. Oh, these Bloods, these Crips. Y'all wasn't even making no noise like that. Y'all wasn't even doing nothing. But now here it is. Somebody can come to your hood with a camera, and now you get, yeah, we been here. Yeah, this Killer Mike. You feel me? Woo, woo, yeah. You know, woo. That's what this internet has done for everybody. It's expanded the negativity to a level of everybody is saying that they the face and they the historian. They the person that, oh, I gotta go to this dude to get the correct answer. This dude from this neighborhood, but because I went to his show, I got the correct answer about a neighborhood from Compton. You can't do that because he had one person on his show telling you how it started in Compton. That's from that person's perspective. Even if that dude is a hardcore person, ain't never told on nobody, no buster or nothing, he still can't tell you every single thing. You know, because what about his time in jail? Because everybody go to jail. When you go away from your hood, you don't know what was taking place. You don't know what was going on over there. So everybody is like, this is what I'm saying. We got all these podcast people. Now, if you try to put all these podcast people in the same room, it's just gonna be hectic. We ain't never gonna get nowhere. But we definitely need to have a new town hall meeting about the state of gangs. And the first order of business is don't put nobody else on your hood. And you got to respect that. You 50-something years old, you want to do something positive, tell the 40-something year old, 40-something year old, tell the 30-something year old, 30-something year old, tell the 20-something year old, 20-something year old, tell the front line. Everything under 18. Hey, man, don't put nobody else on our hood. Don't put nobody else on our hood. You feel me? Because it is causing too much problems, because dudes is getting on these hoods for 1 to 2 years, and next thing you know, they can shoot a OG. They can tell the OG to shut up. They can tell the OG, hey man, your time is up. You need to get up out of here. They can tell the OG, And this dude ain't no buster and they ain't did nothing wrong. But here this dude coming along because he got some tight jeans and 100,000 subscribers. He the shot caller now. He the new shot caller for the hood. Man, that gotta stop. At some point, the old and young is gonna have to meet in the middle. See, because I was one of them old dudes in my hood. I'm not scared of none of you young dudes. And old dudes are scared to squabble with these youngsters. They are scared to put hands because you're gonna end up, you feel you're gonna end up like me. They're gonna end up shooting you. They're gonna end up shooting, they're gonna end up killing you. But check this out. I got God on my side. If you had the Lord on your side, you wouldn't be worried about, you wouldn't care about none of that, you know, because I don't care who you are. Man, you ain't even been from this hood 10 years. You can't tell nobody nothing. You can't tell nobody nothing. You have not been from this hood 10 years. How do you gonna tell somebody something? How can you make suggestions? How can you say anything? You know, what are you talking about? You know, come on, man. I don't believe that. And people and you got people that's out here that's like that. That's the way these hoods are, bro. That's what's going on. The wrong dudes is in charge. You feel me? They in charge with gang intervention. They in charge of gang warfare. They in charge of when we fight, when we shoot. You got the wrong people in charge. That's why gang banging need to end because it is no structure. There's no organization. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care about no other people. This is the truth. The truth need to be told. And if you want to hear it, this is where you come to. Because I'm not finna sit up and lie to nobody about their kids. I'm not finna lie to nobody about their child out here. You don't want your child to be a part of this. You feel me? GAMD is real. You feel me? It is real. It is a maladaptive behavior. You feel me? Gang addiction, mental disorder is real. It's real in you just as real as anybody else at the age of 50, 60. When you see these people get on here and say, oh, homie, I can't wear red. And he's 60 years old. But at the same token, he say, hey, homie, I just can't do it. I can't wear red. Too many of my homies didn't die. I just can't do it. I'm a real one. I'm a G. Everybody need to just stop. Woo, woo, woo. Man, you hypocrite. What are you talking about? In the same breath that you saying put down the guns and everybody needs to stop fighting, you can't wear red. Why is your mind still even like that? Because you got GAMD. You still have a mental disorder. You need to take that out of your vocabulary. If you can't wear blue, man, I ain't never do it, blood. Can't get me. I ain't never wearing no flu. That's out. How old are you? Who? Oh, who me? Oh, blood. Oh, I'm 58, blood. Oh, okay. You ain't gonna wear blue, huh? At all? No, blood. I can't do it. I'm gonna go to work. I raise my grandbabies. Woo. But the moment your grandbaby find out, why Pawpaw don't want to wear blue? Oh, Pawpaw is a blood. He a blood? For real? You just piqued interest in a child. Now, if you don't correct that and guide that child through all that, guess what? Guess what that child gonna be when he grow up? A blood. Now, Pawpaw, what you gonna do? Hey, oh, I don't care. Long as you ain't no Crip, I don't care what you do. But you want gang banging to come to an end. Come on, man. These people are out of control, man. and it needs to come to an end, man. It really do. It really needs to come to an end. There's so many stories that we could tell about the felonious people out here that's supposed to be so-called leaders, the ones that's out here doing the so-called intervention, the ones that's doing uh the making the laws or whatever it is. It's too many levels that people are taking that want to see Crips and Bloods keep going. And they doing it for money. Whether it's a lot of money or it's a little money. It's going on for money. And it needs to stop. Thank you everybody for coming in, man. Joining the show, man. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, whatever. Even if you don't, even if you disagree with me, leave a comment, and I can try to straighten out your comment, and I can tell you, what's going on. Ask me any question you want. Ask me anything about any situation with Crips and Bloods. This is what my show is dedicated to. My show is not dedicated to anything else. My show is dedicated to strictly Crips and Bloods, the ending of Crips and Bloods. This is the only show that is dedicated to the ending of Crips and Bloods. You will not get useless information of how the Crips started, who was the first Blood, how did this hood come about, because that's it don't mean nothing. What is that? How is that gonna help your child? Your child is 13 right now and he on the borderline. How is he knowing how these dudes on the east side, west side, Compton, why started? How is that gonna help him in school? That is not going to help him in school. What's going to help him in school is a mentor program, somebody that he could talk to when he got some issues, somebody a safe haven where he can go, somewhere where I got to walk home between two gangs that I don't I don't belong to neither one, and they harass me. So he need a church for a safe haven that he can cut to. When I get to here, I can make it up in here and kick it here. Then I can go to this church. And they need to open their doors for our youth to come in and have a safe haven to go to, because every kid is not part of a gang and don't want to be in a gang, man. This is a choice. This is a choice that's being made. Come on, man. This is a choice that's being made. Every kid is not in a gang. Every gang member that got a name that you big such and such and whoop de whoop de whoop whoop. Every grade, graduation from 72. Everybody graduated from 72, 73, 74. You take all the Crips and put them in Bloods and put them on this side. Now take everybody else that's on this side. Why they ain't gonna become gang members? They dealing with the same politics, the same poverty, the same conditions as you. You chose to join that gang and go this route. They didn't do that. Guess what they did? Man, I'm going to go to school and I'm going to continue. So what? They chose the system. Okay, it may be a corrupt system, but they chose the system. And guess what they did? They went to school. They went and got jobs. They got the knowledge. They working here and there, and they raising their families, and they doing whatever to be sure that their kids can have a better chance than what they had. Because you don't want your child to be no Crip. You don't want your child to be no Blood in 2024. Why would you? Look at what's going on. The only thing now that these cameras, these people taking these cameras to these different neighborhoods and they going, hey, who the hottest rapper? Who this? So I told you, right now, football player, basketball player, rapper, and now gang member on the list for your child to be. Well, Dr. Crip, my child ain't trying to be my child ain't on that list. My child do good in school. My child, woo. Yeah, but look who your child hanging with. Look who your child hanging with. Look how the pressure is on your child. You got to look into that. You got to make sure that your child ain't crossing those barriers. This is a everyday job. This ain't no job that come and lasts for a few years. This job is every day, man. You got to make sure that your kids is walking that line, that they mind is completely turned to another total direction. And you cannot do that overnight. That is a pattern of where you have to be on your child constantly to keep your kid away from that. You have to apply their attention in other areas, man, to where they not thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? To where they like this is not cool, man. You know, we don't want that. You know, you it is each parent is not going to go the distance that the next parent will for their child not to be in the game. I know parents that will go the distance. I know some parents that have went a certain distance, and I know parents that haven't went nowhere. That man, he made that decision on his own. He got to deal with it. When you get to a level like that, it's sad, but those are some of the conditions that we dealing with the Crips and the blood. One move away. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Dr. Crip, can you tell us how or when Crips provided community service? They ain't never provided community service. Ain't no Crips ever. Man, listen, go tell me, prove me wrong. Show me some Crips that built an organization that provided community service outside of Unity One. Because they didn't do it in the 60s, in the 70s. Ain't no Crips have no food center in the 70s. Ain't no Crips, ain't no Bloods have uh come here and read books after school program. Ain't no Crips have nothing like that in the 70s. So what makes you think they're gonna have it right now? What makes you think they're gonna do it? One of the earliest intervention programs that was created was called Youth Gang Authority. They used to ride around in little white Nissan Sentras. They had G homies that was involved in all that. They were some of the first ones to create the dialogue between gangs to try to meet up to do something. This was way before I even thought about being in Unity One. I used to the Youth Gang Authority and the White Centrals used to pull up on us. They had all the what's that guy name? Oh man, Red from A. Trey Hoover. He was a G, light-skinned, tall dude. I think I'm saying his name right. I hope I'm saying his name right. They'll pull up, did him, and it was a few of them. And they rode around in them white Nissan Sentras. I don't know if that was the car that the city gave them or them the only people that I can remember trying to do anything. And that was a government funded program. That the Crips didn't have nothing to do with that. The Crips ain't did nothing. Other people have done something. The Crips themselves have done nothing. Raymond Washington, Tookie Williams ain't done nothing. Don't let nobody lie to you and tell you. If that's the truth, then so why did this dude go to jail for murder, robbery, and all this? And why did this dude get out of jail and they kill him? If they was doing all this positive stuff, if they had something going on. They ain't never had nothing going on but beating people up and expanding the Crips. That's it. That was the only thing they was doing. And it was unorganized. It was dysfunctional. And that's why it is what it is to this day, what you see. Crips killing Crips and Bloods killing Bloods. That is what you see today. So tell me why we can't make a challenge to the Crips and Bloods to say no more in 24. Y'all killing each other. Everybody killing each other. And now it ain't everybody killing each other. It's your own homie killing your own homie. You think I'm the only person that got shot, attempted murder by his homie? That's somebody that was younger than me, that don't got 10 years from this hood, that wasn't nothing before he went to the jail and was nothing when he got out of jail? Purse snatcher, senior citizen robber. You're a senior citizen robber. That's all you is. You're a senior citizen robber. You rob senior citizens. That's it. That's all they do. Who's the easiest person to kill, bro? Your own homie. Some hoods, that's their moniker now. You ain't a real one till you kill one. And they talking about their own homie. Now, other hoods have picked that moniker up too and running with it. They may not be saying it, but that's their thing. Oh, nah, we gonna kill him. What you mean we gonna kill him? What'd he do? See, I was never a part of that. You can't come plot on a homie with me. You gotta wait till I leave. You gotta wait till I leave. Man, wait till this nigga. Man, wait till this. Yeah, because I don't want to talk around him because he gonna go tell it or something. You know, don't. Hey, y'all go hush the nut. Don't say nothing. I'm not finna plot on my homie. Like, what y'all plotting on him for? What'd he do? But that's what people do. That's where it's headed to. That's what people got going, bro. That's why you cannot allow your child to be part of gang violence. So no, one move away. The Crips, the Crips never provided no type of community service whatsoever in the history. Show it to me. Show me some pictures in late 60s, early 70s when Crippin first started. Show me some pictures, show me some documentation, show me a book where they talk about the Crips, Raymond Washington, Tookie Williams, and all them having a place where they funded, where they set up to where, oh, hey, homie, we got some new Crips. Everybody be at my house. We got a building, and we over here, we cooking food. We got the Cripplettes over here cooking food. No, ain't none of that. Ain't none of that ever happened. That's a lie. It's two things black people need to. Hey, what they say is people need to stop lying. There's two things people need to stop lying about Crips. First of all, Crip does not stand for nothing. Period. Crip does not have an acronym. It is not an acronym for nothing. It has no meaning. I don't care who you are. I don't care who your family is. I don't care how G you are. I don't care about none of that. Show me the person who said Crip stand for California resources and igniting positivity. California recycling. So, revolution, independence, progress, party, none of that. Crip don't have no meaning, man. They need to stop lying about that. Number two, You are not going to heaven at these funerals. Stop saying that these dudes are going to heaven. You are not going to heaven if you didn't give your life, if you was never reborn, if you didn't pray and ask for forgiveness, if you didn't try to change your ways. Do you know I went to a funeral and the preacher said, he looked at the parents, sister, and his sister, brother, sorry for your loss. Ooh, ooh. But you guys will see little Joshua, Michael, you will see little Darius, you will see little Kenneth, you will see him again in heaven. He'll be there waiting for you with open arms. Man, if you don't knock it off, do you know what this dude just did 1 week ago while he laying here? He only been dead 1 week. Do you know what he did 2 weeks ago? He is responsible for 2 homicides. He is responsible for the kid that's on life support. He is responsible for the murder of a child. Innocently took it. It wasn't his idea, but your bullets took the child. You back here smoking weed and popping perks like you done something. And then the enemy come through and kill you. You mean to tell me that you going to heaven? No, you not. Stop lying. You are not going to heaven. Why are they lying in these churches at these funerals? You're not going to heaven. Some of you dudes that's 60, you're not going to heaven. You can't even wear red. You can't even wear blue. How you going to heaven? You won't even put on blue. You won't even wear red. And you going to heaven. Brother, look, he lived a long life. Brother was good, yeah, the brother, he worked with the youth. He tried to make a difference. He tried to tell certain people, not to do it. We give the brother a salute to that. We hope when you go to heaven, we see the brother again. Man, that dude ain't going to heaven. Knock it off. That dude is not going to heaven, man. Why are y'all lying? Stop lying about this dude going to heaven, man. That is not true. They need to knock it off, man. So one move away. No, the Crips have never done nothing positive. They didn't have no provided community service. They have never done nothing. Ain't no Crips did that. This is an individual thing as time goes on. See, when you're a child, you do mischief, you get spanking. You move on. When you get become a teenager, you getting in trouble, you getting punishment, you might get spanking, you might get whatever. Once you become a young adult, you just own. When you become older, you become like, man, I don't want to do that no more. When you get in your 40s and your 50s, that's supposed to be behind you. Do you know? Yes, I was participating in gang banging in my 50s. But because God knew my heart and because of what I was doing in my community, because of what I gave up to do with Unity One, because what I was doing in other communities, because when I would man gang violence and bring hoods certain stuff together, that was glory in God's eyes, just enough for him to give me just another chance to get my life together. That's why when them 6 shots came through, he let me live. Man, I know people didn't die because of leg bullets, arm shot in the, man, come on, man. I got hit 6 times and he like, man, no, don't worry about that. Your job now is to spread my word about what's going on with the gangs. That's what I want you to do. You go kill gang violence and just keep on doing that till I take you out. I still got to be worried about when he going to come get me because you owe. You feel me? You owe. You know, you still owe. I got to go get baptized. I got to go get reborn again and hoping I can get some more favors in. Just like Muhammad Ali said, I'm trying to do now. This man got almost more books wrote about him than Jesus. And he said, man, I got to do as many good deeds as possible. I'm trying to go to heaven because he don't know what the deed he done that's going to keep him out. Because you're going to have to sit there and ask. He's going to say, man, listen, God going to say, man, what did you do? What is your contribute to mankind, bro? What did you do? And you're going to say, well, I helped start the Crips. I was the first blood. Man, I was part of the first bloods when, you know, you think that's going to get you into heaven? Come on, man. Let's be real about this. That is not going to happen, man. So we need to stop lying about that stuff. You need to stop lying about that stuff. Stop telling people that they're going to heaven. Stop telling tiny side, spam side, rocket, tell that he going to heaven at his mother's funeral, in front of his mother. Man, I mean, you'll see him again in the pearly gates. No, you won't. Let me tell you something. How God played with you. Another reason why he probably spared me. RW, preaching is teaching. Thank you, brother. Good looking. Let me tell you about another. Let me tell you something that's real. Let me tell you something that's real. I'm in my 50s on top of this. One day I was driving to the hood. Sliding, boom. Come by. I see, who was it? I think it might have been the gangsters. They was having a function or something. Boom. Slide through. Look, oh, they out. Boom. Damn, they out. They out deep. Boom. Get to the hood. Post up. Boom, 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 boom. See the little homies. Boom. Kicking it. Boom. Get around the little homies, you know, boom. What's up, big homie? Oh, what's going on? Woo, woo, woo. Look what I say. Oh, man, I just slid through this way coming from over here, man. I seen the gangsters. They was out there deep. Yeah, for real? Yeah, they was out there deep. You know what I'm saying? It's kill season. You can get one easy right now, you know. Little homies get together, doing their thing, boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, they done took off. Come back, boom. You know, they running, hiding burners, doing all this. Like, damn. Gangsters come right back though. Boom. Gangsters come right. They come right back. Boom. So it's back and forth. Do you know that the deaths out of that, if somebody died, that those deaths are on my head. Those deaths are on my head because I am the one who put that in the atmosphere. Because God tell you the tongue is wicked. He tell you that. He let you know that your tongue is the wickedest thing on your body. What come out of it? Because it can cause mass destruction. Look at the world. One person can say something and cause multitudes of death. So you can't escape that. That's on your head. You think I found that out that day? Nope. You know how I found out? Weeks later. That war then came, then got cooled down, deaths on each side. I'm coming to the hood again, same routine. I'm sitting at a red light. Out of the blue, it hit me. Boom. You told them, woo woo. What makes you think that you going to heaven? I'm like, oh. Right then and there, I said, wait a minute. I can't do that. I put the little homies up. Oh, and I'm scared driving now. I get scared. I'm scared to myself. Ain't nobody in this car but me. And my heart beating. Boom. I'm like, oh. That's on you. Those deaths that you told them dudes to go do 2 weeks ago, because you said that them dudes is out there slipping and all that, and them dudes believed you, took your word, got their guns, and went and went and shot. That is on me. I had to find that out in my 50s. So guess what I start doing after that? When I bring my butt to the hood, I don't say nothing. When I see people slipping or whatever is going on, when I pull in the park, hey, what's going on? Hey, yeah, what's up? Okay. And I keep stuff to myself. That's a favor with God. That's probably why I didn't get shot. That's probably why I didn't die. You got to look at stuff like that. And I checked it out. Yeah, that's the murders is on you because you brought that into existence with your tongue. You brought that into existence. So don't think because, oh, you a G and I get to kick back now and I ain't worried about nothing. Oh, yeah. Hey, what y'all doing, cuz? What's up? Y'all ain't putting in no work. Nigga, I seen them niggas over there out there standing outside, nigga, they ain't doing nothing, cuz. What y'all doing, blood? Blood, let me tell you something, blood. This, y'all, hey, blood, y'all couldn't hang with us, blood. Y'all just, we'll be on, blood, we eat crab, blood. We love crab, blood. You think that you getting away with that? Because you a G and you kicking back and you didn't do nothing, you ain't got nothing to worry about? Man, is you crazy? You going down. Gotta let something happen to you, whether it be legal or whatever, or after your death. Guess what? Your son, you gone now. Guess what? Your son, who was then thinking about gangs, was square. Oh, not only is he from a gang, guess what? He from your enemy gang now. Because you didn't talk that into existence. You didn't brought that into existence. You gone. You can't do nothing about it. You got to look at your life being played backwards to you and what you doing. You never thought your son would be from the enemy hood. Now here it is, you dead and gone. And not only is your son gang banging, he gang banging from your enemy hood. Yeah, that's the stuff that happens to you. So You better think about that before you start letting your kids pick up and trying to hang out with these dudes. So no, ain't nothing positive with no Crips. They ain't never done nothing. Everything they done is negative. Welcome to the show. I'm Dr. Crip. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you need to do. If you got a negative comment, I love negative comments. You know, we could talk about it. You know, you can call me whatever. You know, you can say whatever. I care less because we're going to talk about it because I'm trying to get the challenge out there to say all the Crips and the Bloods, don't put nobody else on your hood in 24. For what? Why? What's the reason? Put them on for what? What they gonna do? Where they gonna go? Who they gonna hurt? You feel me? What they gonna do? DeAndre Kelly, much respect for having my relative on your show, Little Lunch Meat. Let me tell you something, man. Thank you for that too, DeAndre. Let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. I'm connected through that dude. His family, my family, were entwined. Now, I know that dude, mama. I know a lot of his family. Let me tell you something. When that dude took that name, Lunch Me, he was hated across the board. And let me explain something to you. That dude got more enemies on the street or had more enemies on the street than a whole lot of people. He was a young dude with older dudes and his, doing his thing. And that dude named rang bells. And when he walked through the door, you think he's some big here he come. Ain't finna, and he not turning down no fades. He ain't, you feel me? He, YA, everything. You know what I'm saying? Gave it all. He gave his whole life to CMG. He gave his whole soul to CMG. Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Blood, 104th Street. I know. I just have to say that because you have to say the whole. Because you got to say the whole term. You know what I'm saying? It seemed long, but you know what I'm saying. Crenshaw Mafia Gangster Blood, 104th Street, Little Lunch Meat. Let me tell you something. That dude gave his whole soul. And look what they did to him. They sabotaged his name. They tried to drug it through dirt because he didn't want to conform, because y'all saving busters, y'all doing all kind of stuff. And this dude had to fight for his life because somebody lied on him and people from his hood believed the lie. Oh my God. This is the stuff that I have to go through in my neighborhood. Listen, man, I am the snitch board in my hood. I tell you who is all the snitches. They can't stand me. I know he bad. This dude, Lunch Meat, had to go through that. And listen, man, let me tell you something. The reputation, I always tell people this, your reputation, your name, whoever you are, Crip or Blood, your name is always bigger than who you are. So Lunch Meat name is up there. Do he got that up there? Is he living like that up there? No, he not. You would think this dude right now would be married, this and that, kids. You know why he in jail? Because somebody told on him, but that's God. Somebody told on him. Then somebody lied and tried to say that he a snitch and all this other stuff. This is the same dude that been going to jail from YA, ain't never had no dirt, no smut, then went up against all the enemies that they got, that the Crenshaw Mafia's got, you feel me, surrounded in their area. And people took this dude, older dudes, on top of that, older dudes in his neighborhood, took that and tried to campaign his name as smear. And he went through 10 years of stabbing and getting stabbed and trying to kill his own kind that he never signed up for. He never signed up to kill his homies. Lunch meat is not somebody who say, oh, we gonna kill. He don't do that. And here this dude is fighting for his life in prison. So guess what? God wake him up. And he realized one day, man, this is all for nothing. So I asked him the question, man, if you could see, would you do this? No. He said, F no. You feel me? No, I wouldn't. No. But you will get some people that say, yeah, I'll do it again. That's because their mind, GAMD, they haven't reached the level. You feel me? They haven't reached the level. But once you reach that level and God step in, like lunch meat, he stepped in. When you get out, you ain't finna be doing none of that no more. Guess what you gonna be doing? Talking to youth, doing this, talking to this, and he gonna be serious about it. He gonna be a warrior for God. That's who that's I heard Bishop, I was informed that Bishop Noel Jones has a program called Bootstraps Down or something like that at his church. And it's supposed to be about homies getting out of prison, the ones that's, just not getting out of prison. He getting them and I think they, getting taken care of them and trying to get this program off the ground. I heard it was a good program, one of the most solid programs out here. I think it's called Bootstraps Down or something like that. Bishop Noel Jones. Well, and they say he's heavy invested in gangs and trying to, combat gang violence and all that. Well, let me tell you something. If every church had just 10% of what Noel Jones is doing, we'll be a lot further. I just said if he was doing just 10, some churches don't do nothing, period. Like the church across the street from Jesse Owens Park, I ain't never seen them do nothing. Now, they may say, well, you trying to defile our name, and, well, our members are taken care of. Okay, yeah, but this ain't what God, if this is a church of Jesus Christ, I don't know what kind of church it is, but if it's a church of Jesus Christ, Mark 2:17, you feel me? I didn't come for y'all. I came for the sinners. They across the street in Jesse Owens. So that's where y'all need to be at. Go check that out. See, I'm learning right now. Like the Bible said, I'm on milk. You feel me? I'm drinking milk. So when I learn to eat that meat, when I get a little bit better, I'm going to be something to reckon with, But my teachers who I listen to that come straight out the book, you know what I'm saying? They keep me informed of what's going on and how it adapts to my life and how it adapts to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, don't worry about it, DeAndre Kelly. Little lunch meat is in good hands because when he get out, he's never going back to prison. If God give him that chance again to get out, he ain't going back. You feel me? Because he already didn't see. He tested him. God used people like that. You're going to have to go away, fight for your life to come back. And don't be. Now, let me tell you something. We got the 28s. Now, I told you, I call everybody who do 25 years plus. This is my name for them. I call them 28. Now, we got some 28s out here that they came back and want they hood back. You feel me? And it ain't worked out too good for them. You know, we got some that they got gunned down out here on the streets, shot callers in the pen, and came out here and got gunned down by some youngsters. You feel me? So you're gonna have to make your choice because God is always paying attention. He ain't never not paying attention. He know everything. Trust and believe that. He know every single thing. You know what I'm saying? Every single thing. So Lunch Meat, man, he is, that dude right there. It was my pleasure because these are the type of people that I'm have on my show. Ain't no snitches, ain't no busters. Everybody that come on this show or talk is with the business. Their name speaks for themselves. They don't have to make nothing up. They don't have to lie about who they are. You already know who they are. You know, it's dudes that don't want to be around that dude in jail because he's solid. He gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And he with the business. And remember, if you listen to that interview, I don't know if he said it though, but he could have told me when we was on the phone talking too. But I asked him. I said, "Man, what's the thing about prison right now? Is it still off the hook? Is it still bad?" He said, "Man, hell, nah. This is Snoopy camp, this and that." Now he did say on the 4 yards is different. It's still the politics of that's that yard. But all them other yards, he said, "Man, listen." He said this is his turning point. He said, "Man, my turning point, well, one of his turning points, he said, my turning point is when I came in the dorm room in the day room, I seen a South Sider, a Crip, and a Blood slamming heroin together. What is this life for? What for what? Are you serious? Slamming heroin together? Come on, man. Are you serious?" He said that's when I knew that I had to do something else with my life. I had to make a choice so my kids don't go there. I said, "Lunch Meat." I said, "You better die before your kids say Crip or Blood." He said, "Man, that you ain't gonna never worry about that. That when I get on the street, that's one thing that you ain't gonna have to ever worry about." And that's his nieces, nephews, and all that. So I pray that he get out and he can help build Crenshaw Urban Inc. And because he is definitely somebody that's needed out here, and he pushing, ending gang violence from inside there. So his opinion is gonna be like, don't put nobody else on Crenshaw Mafia. Why? Don't put nobody else on it. Now if every Crip set and every Blood set can take that oath and take that challenge, which y'all need to spread that to everybody that say we don't want no more in 24. No more in 24. That's the lingo, man. We ending the sickness. That's what you need to do. We ending the sickness. Hopefully when I come on here, I'm gonna finish the useless story of the NC hat and where it came from Harem Shakur. Harem. 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 Big hike from 9-0, the NC hat creator. It's useless information, but people like to know stuff like that, you know. And I am one of the board members of the NC hat, but I had to go buy the DVD to get the so I could edit something for him. Because I like when I talk to people and I like to show pictures of them and stuff like that, because it's professional. But hopefully I have that. And another thing that I had to order is the Sugar Free and Mossberg Connected album because I want people to see the credits in there to show that Mossberg. Listen, I was real cool with Mossberg, man. I knew Mossberg. That dude, man, I used to talk to him, man. He was finna blow up. His flow was incredible. If you heard of Mossberg, man, please, somebody email me something with Mossberg on it, man. You know, because that dude was finna be the next one out of Compton. He was really finna be the one. You know, now people can say, oh, this dude, this man, Mossberg, if he would have got the chance, he was finna blow. That dude's voice was incredible. His flow was incredible. He was out of control. I hate he died the way that he died. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he was with the right team, Tony Lane, and I believe Tony Lane is rest in peace too. Shout out to Tony Lane. That, you know, them dudes is real. That's real business. Them dudes is real business right there, man. You know, so if you got anything about Mossberg, man, shoot it to me. I want to hear it. You know, I just ordered the CD, the Sugar Free album, but yeah, today's show, man. This is what we talking about. It's about once again the ending of gang violence. We had a couple of questions that was pretty good. Westside Live said, "Hey, Dr. Crip, your show is awesome. Can you talk about the '92 gang troops?" And I gave you some information about the gang troops of how it was going good until another gang got there and ended it, messed the whole thing up, and who knows what it would have happened from that day forward, you know. But when they came, they was about 40 deep. They tried to take off on another hood, and that hood was a little bit deeper than them. And when they realized that, they took straight off. And when they got getting dropped and getting socked out, we had to jump in because they was part of the car. And it created chaos, and a 16-year-old kid ended up getting killed on Western Avenue by the sheriff, going to get his burner and trying to handle his business. But, you know, that was just a sad, but Jesse Owens was the number one part. That was the number one part before they went to South Park, before they went to Manchester Park. Everything started at Jesse Owens Park. Everything started at Jesse Owens Park. Everybody was there. Whole bunch of people was there. So, you know, it's about the truth on this show, man. That's the only thing we could do is tell the truth. We can't do nothing else but tell the truth on this show. And that '92 gang truth, you know, it lasted about a month or so like that. And the final, I remember the final straw of gang activity that ended everything happened at World on Wheels. It was an incident at World on Wheels. And after that, it was back on to regular business. And during the peace treaty, no politicians, no churches, no celebrities, nobody stepped in to help us. And that in them 30 days or 60 days, whatever it was, I don't think it was no 2 months. It lasted about a month or so. Nobody stepped in. Now, we probably had a lot of promises, but nobody stepped in to do nothing, you know. So nobody came, nobody tried to do nothing. And that day in that park, you had some of the realest OGs that was willing to get out there and fight to change. And they were speaking at Jesse Owens. You talking the real ones out there was, you know, let's end it, you know, and it had a little wave. But when them dudes came up there and messed everything up, it changed the outcome of everything. So you have that battle like that, you know, with the '92. So, you know, it tried, but it failed. And then one move away said, "Hey, Dr. Crip, can you tell us how or when Crips provided community service?" Never have the Crips ever provided community service at no time in the history of Crips. There is no evidence. There's no facts. There's no one that could say, I was there in 68, I was there in 71, and we had an organization called Crip or Die, and we feed kids breakfast, morning. We used to give shoes to the fam. No, there's never was. There's never no blood organization. There was never no Crip organization in the late 60s, early 70s when Crips and Bloods came out that ever did anything positive. If somebody tell you that, they are lying. Period. That is a lie. Nobody's done nothing. Now, they may have had organizations, like I said, like Youth Gang Authority driving around, the people in them little Nissan Sentras trying to stop gang violence. They was trying to do stuff, but they wasn't working in communities. Just, they didn't have no just where you could come and get food and clothes, and they wasn't doing it like that. They just had shifts where they was just trying to stop the violence, where they was trying to pull up on people. And like I said, the one dude that I remember, his name was Red, and I believe he was from A. Trey Hoover. And he was one of them dudes used to ride around in that Sentra, and he had like a old school car that was like a greenish color with black interior, hard top, black leather interior. I would see him in that every now and then too. But far as that, no Crips, no Bloods have ever done nothing in the 60s or the 70s to try to help the community do anything. Never. They don't have no schools. They don't have no banks. They don't have nothing. They ain't never did nothing. That's why Crips and Bloods is an illusion. It's not real. It is something that is maladaptive behavior, and it's GAMD, gang addiction mental disorder. You feel me? And I am the doctor that can cure this, that can manage to help you manage your sickness. It's innate in me. I'm born. I'm a doctor. I've been with this. I could tell you what's going on. So don't let nobody tell you all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening like that. It is not happening. Crips and Blood is the worst thing that ever happened to Black people. It is the worst thing that has ever, outside of slavery, that come down the pipeline to destroy the Black race. It's Crips and Bloods. It is the worst. Ain't nothing on this planet took more lives other than slavery from Black people than the Crips and the Bloods. They account for multitudes of millions of people, because once this spread it to other states and got other states involved, that didn't do nothing but make the numbers go up. So every innocent death, every death, that was committed behind a Crip or a Blood, or the attitude of a Crip or a Blood, is on the heads of the Crips and the Blood. So it lets you know that it's never been positive. It's never been nothing that stood, for something with meaning. Ain't no Crips ain't nobody never walked the stage and got a master's degree in college and said, oh yeah, by the way, shout out to my hood, Big Crip in Compton. Yeah, West Side for life. Going to give a shout out to my homies. That ain't never happened. Show it to me. Now, you didn't have dummies, celebrities, football players, basketball players that try to say, and guess what happened? You're going downhill after that. So no, it's never been positive. Nothing has never ever came out you know. And we had DeAndre Kelly mention lunch meat from Crenshaw Mafia Against the Blood, 104th Street. Shout out to that dude. Got his life together, man, and we can't do nothing but help that dude. You know, if you watch that video, if you watch the reel, you know, writing, send him some money, do whatever you need to do. You know, writing, encourage him to keep going with the Crenshaw Urban Inc. You know, mentoring kids and development. You know, he want to talk to kids. He want to mentor kids. He want kids to basically he wants to travel. He wants to travel when he get out. He wants to travel and he wants to speak to kids that at-risk youth that are at-risk youth that's, you know, thinking about joining the gang. So the only thing we can do is salute him to what he got going, and hopefully one day he can get out and make that dream happen. But this is Dr. Crip, man. Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend about the show. Let them know, you know. Hopefully tomorrow we can come back. Like I said, I have that useless information about the NC hat. Real talk, Dr. Crip. What is leading cause of homie on homie beefs, and what year did that become a thing in the hoods? Certain hoods. That's a good question, real talk. Certain hoods adapted that, and they used to keep it on the down low. You feel me? It started in the 90s, you know, early 2000s and stuff like that. So it was only certain hoods that we heard about, you know, from the neighborhood car that was killing homies. They killing their own homies, you know, and for whatever reason, they saying that this homie need to be killed. But it was basically politics of like, I'm jealous, a robbery, you know, something that didn't wasn't worth the homie getting killing another homie, you know, politics. Now, those hoods, those hoods were you knew were you know were few, you know, wasn't that many neighborhoods like that. Now, if they were hoods that were gangs that was doing that, you really didn't know. But this is how you knew that that was happening. Like I said before, once somebody kills somebody, that gang go right on the wall. Ha ha ha, he. If that don't happen, crossing that name out because they know who they killed. If that don't happen within a few days after that death, then you know that that was an inside job on that dude or girl. That was an inside job. That's how you knew. But that was few. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't partaking in that. Like, we wasn't partaking in that. We didn't start doing the dumb stuff to where it was out in the open to where the homies killed each other on Century at the motel. And let me tell you, didn't nobody get no $1 million grand prize. Did nobody come out with a Bentley and a yacht? Did nobody even come out with a Cadillac truck? Did nobody even come out with 9 ounces? Did nobody come out with a pound of weed? Nobody got nothing. Nobody got nothing for killing the homies. All you got was a reputation on your name as somebody not to be trusted. That was it. That was it. That's what you get. That's the grand prize for killing one of your own homies. You get the trust of, I don't trust that dude. I don't want that dude around me. Hey man, don't bring that dude to my house. Excuse me. Don't Don't bring that dude to my house. Hey, sit over there. Remember when 50 Cent got out of jail, he was like, hey man, I don't like people sit over there, man. That's what I would do to one of the killers. You get in the car with me. Hey man, sit over there. Move on. I got to watch you. Because in my hood, the killers didn't have nobody to play with. They was all alone. They had no friends, none whatsoever. You know, so that's a lonely road to take, and um, it and it came. It came because gangs don't have a structure. See, these gangs, homies on homies started because gangs don't have a structure. So one dude can get to this hood and be on this hood for 3 years, man. And just because he did a few shootings and had a couple of fights, now all of a sudden he think he's a super shot caller. But you ain't even been in this hood for 10 years. You only been over here for 3, 4 years. And you get into it with a homie, and now you want to kill him because oh, I ain't no punk. I'm finna show this dude, that he can't speak on my name. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna knock him down. And then when he do it, guess what? Don't nobody do nothing about it because they not scared. Oh, that ain't my business. I don't got nothing to do with it. I, he should have never got into it with that young dude. He should have never got into it with the oh boy. I told him the homie was cool. Yeah, that's real. That's real talk, real talk. You feel me? So don't let nobody, tell you um that gangs handle their business, got structure and all this and that. Even the most organized hood right now to this day got people that then killed their own homies for pure jealousy, pure envy. He looked better than me. He got more girls than me. He got a Cadillac. He got 18 chains. Come on, man. It never ends. This is why gangs need to end, bro, because of this reason, because of stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Please like, subscribe, share. Uh, Let somebody know about the show, man. You feel me? Ask me any question you want. I love to discuss everything about Crips and Bloods. I love the question. That's a good question. Real Talk said, Dr. Crip, what is leading cause of homie on homie beefs? I want to be the man. Simple. And what year did it start becoming a thing in the hoods? It's been a thing since late 90s, early 2000s, even in the 80s. You got homies killing homies in the 80s. It was just pushed up under the rug. Nobody never really knew how to investigate something like that. But that dude family know, the person who got killed know, man, I don't trust none of these dudes. They know, that family know what happened to him, you know, but these dudes in the early 90s, 2000, it really started becoming a thing with certain neighborhoods that was getting recognized, real talk. I was reading your book and I can't figure out one solid reason how that was allowed to happen to you. Because it wasn't allowed to happen to me. It's that's the nature of gangs. There's no organized, there's no organization. The dude that shot me is, you ain't even been from the hood 10 years, still to this day right now. You don't even have 10 years over there. You feel me? Before you went to the county, you wasn't nothing. You feel me? I even took you home a few times. So I had no aggression against you. But when you get out of jail, you got the chip on your shoulder. It's called the chip on your shoulder when you get out of the county. So we already know you wasn't squabbling like that because we don't hear your name. I heard more about the homie that was fighting 40, 50 times and losing 30 of the fights. You know what I'm saying? But the enemy was, oh, that dude, but he ain't turn it down. He keep going. I never heard that about the dude that shot me. So that lets you know what kind of dude he is. He is a dude looking for that attention. He's looking to be on top. He's searching to make a name for himself. And now the whole hood got their own opinion. Only that dude know. But they say oh, somebody paid that dude. You know what I'm saying? Because I was you can't come around me. Not that I'm gonna do something to you if you a snitch or something like that. But I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna be around you. So they saying some of the snitches paid him to do that to you. But if you ask me, I think he just did it himself because his name was getting hot. He was robbing old people in the hood. You feel me? You snatch purses. You steal from people. You know what I'm saying? So because you got to have 18 chains. You need 18 chains. I just don't know why you just didn't stick to having sex with the fat girls that was buying everything for you. You was doing good with that, but the robbery stuff he was doing was just getting out of hand, and it kept landing on my people, bringing it to me. Not that I was going to take care of it or handle it or do anything, just that I'm a person that I will speak on certain stuff if it's wrong. And he was robbing people. That's why I tell, if you from 9-0, don't trust these dudes out here. They ain't got nothing. Look at the videos. Go look at the 9-0 videos on that. Don't nobody got nothing, man. There ain't no cars out. Man, you coming out here trying to buy weed and stuff. These dudes are robbing you. That's what they do. They're gonna rob you. So my advice is to, stay where you at. Don't come out here, because they trying to take your chains and everything, because that's what that dude was doing. He was robbing people that we hung out with from other states, like, damn, y'all that thirsty? But you can't, who's the easiest person to rob? Your own homie. You feel me? Who's the easiest person to kill? Your own homie. So that's why I say, when they hit that corner, he screamed out, "Hey, what's up, big homie? I got some weed for sale. It's fire. You want to see it? You want to buy some?" And they was on the fly. They was on the move. He thought it was a good idea. Like, oh, I can kill this dude on the under. That's what I think. He was acting by himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can kill him. It's late night in the park. They gonna think that the enemies did it. You know what I'm saying? Boom. But it didn't work because he don't know. I got God on my side. I fear nobody like you. So when he went in the backpack and pulled out the gun, I'm thinking he going in there to pull out some weed to show me some weed. He pulled out a gun and started shooting. I didn't run away. I didn't start screaming and hollering. I came straight at him, trying to get the gun out of his hand, and I was going to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Boom. But he broke my grip, and he had to dump me out. He shot me 6 times. And I wasn't screaming and hollering and none of that. I was just dumped out. So I picked up the phone. I start calling my loved ones because I already knew where I was shot at, that this ain't a good shot. He shot me in the upper torso. I already knew that wasn't a good shot. So I start calling everybody who I love. And everybody who I love, some of them was calling the police like, hey, he at the park. You know what I'm saying? That's how they got to me. You know what I'm saying? And then the homie turned around, came back up there because I called him like, hey, this dude just shot me. I told the homie. Everybody who I told was homie. This who shot me. You feel me? And it is what it is to this day. Now, I can't do nothing about it because God got my direction. You know, uh, in September or something like that, God said, stop talking to the 9-0s to get your life together. You feel me? And that's what I did. So guess what happened? I wrote 2 books. You feel me? I wrote 2 books, you know? That's it. That's what came out of that. You know, 2 books. And I'm working on a 3rd book right now called Slavery to Crippin'. You feel me? I'm working on a 3rd book right now, Slavery to Crippin', and it's going to show you where you come from with if you're a Crip or a Blood. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, I Google both of them. I mean, I got the rights to both of them, Slavery to Gangs and Slavery to Crippin'. I don't know which one I'm gonna use yet, but that's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people stop lying. Stop telling people, oh, the Crips is part of the Panthers. Are you out your mind? You sound stupid. Ain't no Crips part of no Black Panthers. What are you talking about? They wasn't even around. They don't have nothing to do with no Black Panthers. They didn't try to take up the Black Panther. The Crips was started by 13 years old. Stop it. Inglewood Legends, top of the night. Top of the night to you too, Crip. It's all good. Thank you for tuning in, brother. So stop it. Don't let people fool you no more. Don't let people tell you, oh, the Crips was part of the. I don't care who you are, what your uncle, who your uncle is, or none of that. Your uncle did not tell you that the Crips, oh, hey, I live next door to Raymond Washington, so I was the first Crip that he put on. And our main thing was declaration to the Black Panthers. Are you stupid? You sound dumb. This dude was 13. You do bad stuff when you 13. You missed it. You ain't got no good intentions to do nothing when you 13 and you running the streets. What are you talking about? You ain't no Black Panther. You ain't no Black Panther nothing. The Black Panthers is over with. They dead. They gone. Don't nobody care about that. Y'all just going from street to street beating people up. I beat this dude up. Come hang with me now. We're going to go beat this dude up. Hey, come hang with us. We're going to go beat this dude up. And so on and so on until they got deep enough. And now y'all come up with a name called the Crips that don't mean nothing. They didn't sit at a meeting and say, hey, you know what? Crip, California Revolution Independence Party. Knock it off. Who told you that? Where did you get that from? Who made that up? Who was the person that stamped that? Did they go get that? Did they go get it documented? No, it's not, because it doesn't have anything to do with nothing. Crips are negative. They was born out of depression. They were born out of mental depression, economic depression, systematic depression. That's where they came from. They don't have nothing to do with nothing positive. There's nothing after the Black Panther. There's a pause after the Panthers died. Inglewood Legends, I never believe that. Don't believe that. Don't ever believe that. You feel me? California Revolution Independent in progress. Yeah. People want that to believe. People want that to mean something, because they took the dude, the one of the first Crips. You got the first 10, right? His brother, you feel me? His oldest brother is one of them dudes. I don't run with you dudes. I'm older than y'all. Hey man, y'all need to say that the Crips mean this. That's what he tell his little brother. Man, that don't mean nothing. It don't have no meaning. It was born out of negativity. It was born out of systematic depression, economic depression, mental depression. You dudes is dealing with J. Edgar Hoover back there, man. Do you understand that? You got the worst devil, man, in the United States on you. Come on. You feel me? Shadow the vet. That's what we was young. Now that we're older, we know the real. Yeah, that you was lied to when you was young. You feel me? Somebody told y'all a lie. You know, Crips was never, that was nothing, bro. Do the research. Do the research. It's a pause after the UCLA shooting, bro. It's a pause. They were going through too much. Do your research. It's a pause in there, bro. You got about a year and a half, 2-3 year pause in there. Then all of a sudden, these dudes pop up. You feel me? Inglewood legends. Always been under the understanding that Crip came from cripple. Somebody, Raymond, was he was imitating at the time. They started walking like that, someone, and using canes. That probably got something to do with it. That's where it come from. It's the story lie up in there. You right. It's in there somewhere. But it doesn't have anything to do with no California Revolution Independence Party. It don't have nothing to do with none of that. That's a lie. People need to stop saying that. Don't believe anybody that's pushing that paperwork to you, talking about this what it is. Hey man, we got a program, this and that. You already know they out to get money. They out to sucker you for money. They are a liar. They cannot prove that. There's no person in this planet right now that can prove that Crip came out and stood for California Revolution Independent Party or anything that's associated with that. You feel me? They cannot do it. They cannot tell you nothing about none of that because it ain't true, bro. Don't believe it. Raymond Washington got killed by his own friends. He walked up to the car and they killed him with a 410 gauge. You think his situation and my situation is the same? He walked up to a person that he didn't know was going to kill him. He's like, "What's up, homie?" And they killed him. That lets you know. That's the first, hey, real talk. That's the first murder right there when they start killing each other. That's the first one when Raymond died. He got killed by the Crips. They killed him. Something that he started. So make sense of that. You cannot make sense of that. Who killed him? That dude probably still alive right now, or he could be dead. A lot of them people in that first 10 Crips, who are the first 10 Crips? Are they still alive? Because I don't know. But whoever the first 10 Crips is, they should have an idea of who killed him. Because he was killed by some more Crips. He wasn't killed by no Bloods. He was killed by Crips. He just got out of prison and he was trying to do something. They said he got out of prison. Read his book. He'll tell you in his book he was trying to do something. And they killed him. So This doesn't mean anything, man. Crips and Bloods doesn't mean anything. It don't have no value to it. You can't use Crip to go get no job. Hey, let me tell you something, Blood. Hey, look, hey, sir. Uh, I ain't no snitch. I ain't never turned down no fades. I've been 100. I got two little homies. Woo, sir. Can you get up out of here? I have somebody else to interview. That's what they go to. You can't. RW Crib had no meaning then or now. Also, many called them cribs. Yeah, all that's documented. You feel me? All that's documented. You know what I'm saying? So, um, people need to stop lying about that, man. That's the worst lie in Black history, man. Crips stand for this, and Crips is positive. Crips is a branch of the Black Panthers. Man, knock it off. People need to knock that off. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are, the Raymond Washington. I don't care who you are, the Tookie. I don't care what you did or none of that. I don't care who you are. Don't tell me that Crip mean this. Don't tell me that when y'all came outside that y'all was trying to do something positive. You're lying. You wasn't trying to do nothing positive. Yeah, they had canes. Canes is canes are very big in the early Crippin'. All that, everything has changed. The dress code, all that. You feel me? So you already know, bro. So don't let nobody fool you like that, man. People need to stop going. Don't let nobody don't go for the okey doke like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Do not fall for the okey doke, man. But hey man, I want to thank everybody from coming over here. I'm hoping that the tape come uh so I can show I can give y'all the useless information about the NC hat. Real talk, Dr. Crip, can you share your opinion on why so many females are gravitating to joining gangs? Because uh, a lot of females, a lot of young females are being molested. Um, they have dysfunctional parents. Um, um, Lack of education. Um, um, One thing for sure is that a lot of sex, molestation and being tampered with. So they run to the gang as a means of support, to break away from that reality. You run from one negative reality to another negative reality, thinking that the negative reality you run into is a protection, uh, because you can come here and now I can get some help if somebody touch me or something like that. But most females that join gangs now is because of one parent in the house, um, like I said, molestation and lack of education, lack of resources, and the mother is just not a real mother. Far as um, your daughter, period, came, she 12 years old, and the neighbor next door showed her how to use the tampons instead of you. You feel me? Because your life is something different. Oh, I'm about to bag that. That type of mother. That's what you got going on right now. You know, uh, RW. This is now your best show, Ron from Jesse Owens. Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Once I start talking, man, it just start coming out. Inglewood Legends, the word American English words a certain way. They took crip from cripple because cripples don't sound like proper English, so they started calling them the Crips. I can believe something like that. I just know that Crip don't mean nothing. I don't know who started the word Crips or none of that. But what I do know is that it doesn't have an acronym to it. It don't mean nothing. That's what people need to stop doing. And people are trying to use Crips as some way to get people to join this bandwagon of positivity or something. I don't understand that because it's never going to work. Nothing is ever going to work that was built on negativity. If the feet are clay, it's not going to stand. So we know that. You feel me? We know that. Yeah, but I'll be back tomorrow, man. I just want to thank all y'all Inglewood Legends, RW, Real Talk. If Crips were positive, we would not have Bloods. What Bloods and Crips are brothers. This is another thing that people need to understand. Crips and Bloods are brothers. They brothers. They like Cain and Abel, man. They are brothers. It's documented. You feel me? From my understanding, the news started calling the Crips from crime victim description of dudes robbing, etc. Yeah, that could be true. Real talk. Good show, Dr. Crip. Looking forward to the next one. Blessings. Thank you, brother. Yeah. RW. Crips and Bloods are brothers. Don't ever forget that. Bloods were once Crips. They're brothers. They're brothers. They know each other. They got into a dispute. Cain and Abel. And we're going to take that up on the next show. We're going to bring that. I'm going to take that up on the next show. So this is Dr. Crip, man. I want to thank everybody for coming in, man. Thank you guys. Westside Live, One Move Away, RW, DeAndre Kelly, everybody, man. Inglewood Legends. I like your show too, Inglewood Legends. I think I'm subscribed to your show. Shadow the Vet, everybody, man. For coming in here and keeping it real. Yeah, we're gonna keep the positive energy of Inglewood Legends for sure. I just want to thank everybody for coming in here, man. We'll be back tomorrow, man. So everybody have a good, blessed Sunday night, man. And we getting ready for this week. You feel me? Yeah, for sure. Inglewood Legends, definitely. Hey, man, listen. Trust me. When you got a good show, bro, people they hate on it. You know what I'm saying? We just need to everybody need to add no more and 24 to their show, man, to their podcast. No more. Don't put nobody else on IVC, Tonga Crip, none of that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Brims, Inglewood family, none of that. Nobody don't need none of that, man. We don't need nothing. We don't need no more bodies on Crips. You feel me? No more, man. You got enough. You feel me? It's enough. Work with the people that you got, and if you have to have somebody on the hood, you already know, man, you got to be 18 with a diploma. Why you want some more dummies? 18 with a diploma, man. Hey, this is Dr. Crip. We're going to have a good show tomorrow. You feel me? Our biggest problem is single female headed homes. Yeah, that is. That's a very big problem, man. But it's not their fault. It is not their fault that single females homes. It is not all their fault, man. We can't just fault them out like that. He said, I say 21 with a driver's license. Hey, listen, just be dope. You feel me? Definitely with a high school diploma. Go do a reading challenge in all the hoods. Let's do a reading challenge. You feel me? And see how many people could read. You feel what I'm saying, Shadow the Vet? You know what I'm talking about, bro. Hey, man, this is Dr. Crip, man. Hey, thank everybody for coming through, for making this a great show, homie. And we will be back tomorrow, man. Everybody enjoy their Sunday night, man. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.